Hello all and welcome. I'm your not-so-humble Game Master TJ, and this is Dice of Ages, presenting CrestVahllen, the Argent Flame, episode 69, Uneasy Respite. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. In the aftermath of the deadly chaos, ash of the incinerated cephalomorph skull falls silently upon the cold stone floor of the secluded chamber. Zemdak and Trisheni collect the catalyst dust remains of the expired faceless, while Eliazhar struggles with deep wounds and the denial of vengeance upon Klaxon. Cole collects some cephalomorph spinal fluid, while Lahg devours a hemisphere of its brain. Chiron and the group begin planning next moves for Steercrag, including sending Logren to Thulmore Bed to petition for aid, especially now that the brain-devouring horrors appear to be a much more clear and present danger. Klaxon Vogel is relieved of his phase ring before a truly grim scene unfolds. Cole barely heals and then interrogates the pinned dwarf, and when met with resistance begins wrenching the spear still impaling their leg. The party learns that Shade was present for the torture and murder of Irmgrim's sister years ago, but Eliazhar is not satisfied. The silver Drakash lifts Klaxon into the air, slowly sliding him up the length of the spear's shaft, requesting a reason to not exact cruel justice. Argus suggests that Irmgrim take his turn torturing the defeated object of his ire, but the pale dwarf remains still and silent, a subtle smile appearing upon his weathered face. The Firebeard's son cauterizes Vogel's leg wound with the spear still inside, and heals him just enough to feel every ounce of pain. Pernu and Trisheni can no longer abide by the heinous torture occurring before them and protest through tears. In a stunned moment of guilt and self-reflection, the band of so-called heroes is caught off guard as Zemdak sneaks up behind Klaxon and attempts to administer mercy. A flash of light and ice wind gale herald the sudden formation of rapidly creeping ice upon the vengeful champion and his prey, interrupting the supposed mercy. Eliazhar surrenders to the freeze, emerging within a frigid vision, where he chooses restitution over cool revenge. The statuesque formation of ice shatters in a nova of razor-sharp shards. In its place shines the lustrous warrior, astride a large snow leopard-like creature with oxen horns. Under its front paw rests the metal ring of Klaxon's harness. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Hello all and welcome back. This is the Argent Flame. This is Ages, Argent Flame. Last we left off a very not two musics fighting each other.
Are you sure?
A very
kind of felt like it was two musics fighting each other.
I mean,
intense, emotional, and jarring scene of the aftermath of what happened with Klaxon occurred. Sparing too many details, we ended up with Eliazhar and Klaxon freezing like statues together, while Eliazhar had a vision where he found Klaxon lost, confused, and looking possibly for redemption. And Eliazhar expressing the other side of the same coin of vengeance, retribution, restitution, opportunity, extended his hand and said, "I'll help you." They shattered back on the material plane, or back on the physical realm. They shattered, and what was left in their place as the rest of the individuals in the room around them lay on the ground trying to dodge the ice shards that shot in a radial pattern around them from its central point where the ice statue once was now Eliazhar astride a large snow leopard type creature with a longer neck than usual, and what appears to be oxen horns that come out of its temples and then curl back just ever so slightly before following its neck down. It's below its paw the brass metal ring that held the harness that Klaxon was once wearing before the strips torn and snapped asunder.
Eliazhar's fine.
Eliazhar looks like he looks like his cocoa butter self. Like he looks good.
Shiny. Glistening again.
I mean, I don't
Shine
know if I've
and
noticed that.
chrome.
I'm still yelling at
So there's no klaxon, just the rings?
just the ring
Just
under
that-
its
and
foot.
so
creature.
like I don't know if you're familiar like with some other like gladiator garb and
Yeah.
Roman garb about how there's this one big ring
Yeah.
that protects like the sternum from attacks, and it also is what like the leather armor is bound to.
Right, but he's gone. Like, it's just this
Klaxon's
creature
gone?
now.
It's just this
in the
creature,
ring.
and there's one of the big paws of this snow leopard oxen hybrid type creature is on top of the brass ring, of which like a lot of the leather that was attached to it has been snapped and shredded.
Trauma block. I stand up, pick up my gun, and I walk back over to Conk. Unless someone stalks me.
I'm still yelling at you about
Okay,
about that.
here is. You ready?
It's over. It's done. I
Roll
stopped
wisdom
it.
saving throw for me.
Yeah. 8.
8. You hear. Are you sure you're okay?
Can I tune that question out?
Yeah.
Can I ignore it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
You just hear that voice in your head.
I'm full on. I wanted it to stop. It's over. Back to fixing it.
You hear whatever would be the fungi form of a sigh, and just, I'm here if you need to talk. I have
Screaming.
learned from the bucket in the back that talking can be useful for emoticons.
Not now. It's over.
Okay. You walk back over to Conk. Conk just,
He's still
Awaits
being
you?
fixed essentially. So I'm just.
he's not done. I mean, you took a minute, like, so.
Each one of those.
Minutes, yeah, sure.
I,
He's conscious, I think.
my comments before were me rolling mending.
Oh, and not doing well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a bunch of like 1s and 2s. And I was,
Yeah, your heart was not in it.
that was the zaps and the goddamn.
The dice will always tell a better story than any GM ever could.
So
It's amazing.
I needed to make it stop. I made it stop. Everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back to fixing things.
Oh, I can't wait to crack this chestnut open.
I am following behind you, still screaming at you about he has our families. We were getting information from him. Any little bit, Emerus might have been able to deal with it. He has our families, and you murdered him.
He doesn't have our families.
No, I'm pointing at Pernua the whole time. Like, I'm saying he, like, pointing at her, because Cole totally believes that Emerus is constantly behind her eyes.
Emerus isn't. The locket protects her.
No, he's just the one who has my...
My family is in danger too. Fuck you.
Fuck you, too.
Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah,
Oh, the tea.
Cole will actually say that back and turn away from you at that point.
I'm going to go check on Pernua, and as I walk by, I'm going to be like, you are now just as guilty. And then I'm going to go check on Pernua.
Eliazhar, are you okay? You were cold there for a bit. We figured something was going on, and how are you feeling? You seem a little bit different than before when I was talking to you.
I mean, like physically.
Right.
You just have divine justification.
I feel great. I just, for some reason, I just really have an attachment to this animal, and I don't know what that's about.
Okay.
Moonchild's going over there sniffing it cautiously. I think it's okay. Just sniff it out.
As its long neck lowers, and it just continues to do this like low, deep inhale and exhale purr, and takes a deep breath and blows through its nostrils a large puff of air or jet of air that does that like windy effect to Moonchild. They're just sniffing each other.
Why do I want to name you Idaltu? Where's that name coming from?
You know what that means.
Idaltu. It's firstborn.
It's firstborn.
Mm-hmm.
It's firstborn in Drakash. It is this is a really interesting thing too. For some reason, there's an older tongue than Drakash that you understand as well. That like this comes from, that this originates from. It's not like a literal translation, but like there's something about it that you understand, and you it's not a dialect as much as it is an entirely different language that, just like how Latin and French are different languages, and Latin and German, that they originate from, obviously Latin is like one of the source of like many romance languages, but it is an entirely different language. You can see its influences. However, when you look at, for example, like Greek and Latin,
Oh God, they are.
they're so different from each other, yet so many languages originate from each other, more from Latin than they do Greek, but so many other languages have roots in both of those languages. It's like two different languages that existed at the same time, in a period, so you can see their influence on each other, but more of a lateral sense rather than a
Historical.
like etymological sense. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So it's like the same kind of chronological dialect that you get from this. There's something innately that you just understand, that it is not Drakash. It's not like dragon kin to any extent. It is something else. It is just like how all words are made up. It was a made up word given to mean something that wasn't a thing until it was. You don't know about the origins of this language. You don't know anything about this language. You just know that this Idaltu, this word, means two different things in two different languages. And you understand the meaning of that word in both these languages. In Drakash, it means firstborn. And in this other unknown language you're not quite sure of, it means penance.
So I jump off, I like the animal, and I'll probably walk maybe like 10 feet away and see if I can tell the animal to come here.
Okay.
Or I'll just say come.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh, not too good.
Being from the north in an icy area, do I
No, for real. One.
being from the north in an icy area, do I recognize this animal at all?
This dice can go to hell.
I got like
Pardon me.
40 more if you need to borrow one.
You recognize the snow leopard portion of this animal, like
Right.
very, very much. Like, oh, that's a snow leopard. Wait, I would say it does look a lot. It has some other traits that make it resemble another creature that you know. That's kind of like this six-legged, not quite polar. It's a six-legged, furry. You know those dogs that are like moppy, and they have that long hair.
Yeah.
The Commodores.
Yeah. So it's kind of like this six-legged, large, walrus mixed with the Commodore thing with like a long tail that's also moppy like that have these big fangs that are just going, and they have these like big black sundial faces and these big white like long, almost like if Afghan was thicker.
I love the description you're giving me, and I actually want to find a picture of this thing because that just sounds awesome.
And so that's a creature that you'd know about. I don't think you didn't study animal nature too much growing up, as far as like animal husbandry and like that stuff. You were more interested in the stories about it. I say you probably don't know the scientific name of this creature. You would you know that some of them called them padouches as like a pet name. Appa the padouche. And they like to laze around like walruses, but they have 6 legs rather than flippers, and they have like white, long Afghan thick hair. So like the neck of that and the fact that it is a winter creature that is large is the other thing that it reminds you of, but that's not it.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, I would say you were trying to see if this. Roll of either roll an Arcana check for me.
All right.
Oh, buddy.
4. It's a thing. I know it's a thing. It's there in front of me. I know it's a thing.
Creature.
It's like something out of a dream.
You don't even have to look at that one.
It's not Appa. It's not Appa. It's not that large. It's got the proportions of a snow leopard, except for like the long neck. And it's weird. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Catopleibus.
Like
It's not like a long
kinetically.
thin neck. It's like a broad nape
Yeah.
that then like slowly starts to taper, and then it doesn't like go inward around the skull. It just becomes the head. And
sky
so it's
bison with 6 legs
Sky
mixed with a cat.
I'm seeing.
but it
See,
doesn't-
I'm
so-
seeing walrus giraffe right now myself.
So, but the snow leopard has 4 legs. Doesn't have 6. The snow leopard oxen creature.
His creature has 6 legs, though, right?
No,
Because that's
Oh.
4.
4.
The creature you're describing to me had 6.
Big neck.
I will say that the spots on the creature become more dense and more numerous. The more and more you get to the feet, so much of the feet look like they're black with white spots rather than white with black spots.
Nifty.
That's
Oh, that's
cool,
cool.
dude. I don't know what the heck it is, but that is flippin' cool.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Yeah, right. So you roll a 1. You get off. You dismount. You walk a bit away, and you say, "Come here," and it just goes.
So I'll walk over to it. And I'll grab it by the head. Not, yeah, not like hard.
I'll toss you
And
some
I'll just
jerky
pet
over
it.
my shoulder. Treats always work.
Yep.
You catch the treat.
And I'll feed it to the animal.
Good thing we don't have to feed moonchild.
I'll only feed it about half of it, though. And so I'll walk again 10 feet away. I'll show him a treat, say, come. And I'll feed him. Or her, I don't know what.
Them.
Oh, if I'll feed the animal.
I mean, you have a sense of who this is, right?
Right.
We just know that
Claxton's gone and this
Claxton's gone
with
and
you now.
here.
Well, we might have a little bit of an idea if we think about it. I won't, because I'm stupid, but...
I refuse.
Well, as that last
I mean,
fight...
ice surrounded both of them.
Yeah.
And then Claxton disappeared and this creature was there.
Well, and we saw both of us saw the ring underneath its paw.
Make your own conclusions.
Yeah.
Cole's got a 10 intelligence. Cole doesn't know shit.
You know what a caterpillar is?
And so I'll just pet the animal.
I have a question. Does anybody speak Celestial?
I do.
Okay.
It's like one language I know.
Okay. You.
Moonchild does.
That's,
I don't, but Moonchild
They're
does.
bonding.
Wait, so we
great.
could have talked this whole time, Moonchild and I, just been like.
I guess so.
So
You would know that until you hear Moonchild and him conversing. Though.
Exactly.
so you heard him name
Adultu.
Adultu, and you're like Adultu. Why does this sound familiar? Why does Adultu sound familiar? Roll a history check for me.
21.
21.
Pretty sure.
Forgiveness, but like not celestial. It's like, like when you look up the meaning of a word and you're like, oh yeah, okay, no, that makes sense now. And then you see the like the root of the word. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I see how the resemblance is there. It's like you're looking at the root of a word and you're like, okay, I guess I see the resemblance there, but where does that come from? Like, you could have guessed,
Like that.
but you didn't until you saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
But you can't quite place it. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? You're like, no, it's something. It's like something. You kind of get that feeling where it's not on the tip of your tongue, but you're kind of circling the drain on it. Has something
it's
to
like,
do.
what's the synonym for this? Come on.
Yeah, it's
not
like
quite
something
forgiveness, it's
close
not-
to.
it's-
Yeah, something close to forgiveness, but not forgiveness, not like reparations. It's something.
Is it maybe like some of those languages where the way you use a word has influence on the meaning of the word, kind of thing?
I don't think Cole speaks Celestial, so I don't think
Nope.
he knows.
No. This was me talking to you, trying to get a better explanation. But
Absolutely not. No way, Jose.
I tried.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were still burnt out and I could slip something out of you.
Yeah. So it's interesting. His name, or their name, is kind of related to Celestial, but it's not quite. It's like on the tip of my tongue. The word, it's not quite forgiveness. It's something else. Like what inspired you to name this creature, this new iteration of this creature?
I don't know. When I was on the mountaintop, that just kept on. I kept seeing visions of my mother back and forth between you and her, and somehow the name just came to me.
Names just come to us.
Yeah.
When were you on the mountaintop?
Conk goes. Looks at you.
Conk.
Just a few minutes ago. Never mind, you wouldn't have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was here, right?
His body was here. Yeah. Yeah. We had an out-of-body experience. It happens to all of us,
Sometimes more often than others.
Yeah. But that's cool. I'm glad to see you back.
Some of them are really disturbing.
And yeah.
Mountaintop sounds kind of nice, though.
Yeah, it
I
does.
know. The top of a mountain, not below the mountain, sounds really good.
I would kill for that kind of interaction with things.
You've tried.
Not yet. Or recently.
And so I pet the animal, and I walk around with it. And then something just inspires me to jump on the back and pull out Warm Blizzard, just whoosh, and just yell, "Go!"
Where do you want to go?
Just straight ahead.
So you're in a room where there is not a whole lot of room to go. There's the barred door that's still closed, and then there's the platform that just keeps going back. You want to?
Well, you've seen
the
dogs
platform?
do this before, haven't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
After he jumps on the animal, I'm going to look at Moonchild. No, you're right. It probably won't work.
They just go, and they run and hit the corner and do that like wall corner run thing before they hit the opposite corner. And as you're moving around and doing like one, maybe 2 laps,
Yeah, that's it.
you see Chiron that has just kind of like laid down on his back on the ground and just kind of put his hands here and just is kind of like looking up the ceiling and just eyes open, just laying down.
Do you want to go upstairs? It's a lot comfier there.
There's a lot. I think I'm overstimulated.
I understand. It's nice and quiet up there. There's cushions. Do you want to go up there? A
We
little tea?
we need to tell you the things we were going to tell you.
Okay.
Here, I'll
Can we
pick
do
you.
it tomorrow? Or maybe, I don't know.
Do you want to just go up there and take a rest? Take some quiet time to yourself?
Can we just walk and talk? Maybe?
Sure. That's fine.
Are you prepared? We're going to have to announce you to the city.
I mean, like now?
Are you ready?
I mean, no. But what else? Okay.
I'll reach up there, get a cup of tea, give it to him. Just have a little bit of this. We'll be fine. We'll be okay.
Oh, you did the Sky Lounge?
I had done it before,
Oh,
like
okay,
right
yeah.
before all this happened. And we were gonna go up there.
He's like, thank you.
Yeah, it's calm. It's
Cannon?
very.
Wow.
Yeah. Got a whole bunch of other things there too, right? It's nice, calming, relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only put a slight amount of drugs in there.
There's no drugs in it. That's for later.
I just wanted him to drink it faster.
Oh, that's fair.
Burnt my tongue. Okay, I don't think I have the capacity to be able to express this the way I want to right now, but what has recently transpired is not it doesn't align with the way that I view the world. So I'm having a bit of trouble reconciling it in my mind.
With sort of a detached, haunted look, I look over at him and say, then make decisions. As a leader, lead. And I turn back around and start working on Conk again.
My lord, this is one of the most difficult parts about being a leader, is making the hard decisions, seeing the difficult choices through.
You all keep saying like, oh, you should lead. It's really difficult being a leader and everything. And I have yet to actually see that demonstrated in any of you at all.
We're not leaders.
We're not leaders.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand that.
You need more context. You need an.
Oh, I think I have quite a bit.
We are the exact description of people who are not made to lead. She's
Fucking
good.
Crazy.
You,
Fucking crazy though. You know. I accept that. That's all
You're
right.
better than the rest of us.
I don't know.
I was gonna torture him until he told us everything he knew.
I'm standing
I'm not
here.
proud of it, but I was going to.
I am about to be ordained, if you want the word, or what have you, as the highest ranking official in this municipality. And I have just witnessed several of you in not the spirit of help or goodness or any reasoning that could rationalize a wealth of horrible crimes.
Conk's mostly back to normal. Where's the evidence?
That's not where I'm going with this conversation. I in no way appreciate what has transpired here today. I appreciate what you have done up to this point. And I love you for who I choose to remember you as. But y'all need therapy.
I want you to remember, anyone can be manipulated.
I know. I mean,
So, some actions are drawn out that way. Somebody that you may love, trust, and understand can easily be manipulated to do things.
That's why I want people. That's why I desire to surround myself with people that would, rather than manipulate me, support me and educate me and give me insight into these things that I
I'm just saying,
don't
you
always
don't
know.
understand. Anyone could. You need to be aware of that.
My lord,
Do you
that-
think we
Standing here
haven't
as someone who was
manipulated
just
The only reason why I'm
manipulated.
standing here is because I was manipulated. I'm getting it. I'm getting the picture.
I'm saying I was. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
we all were. And I believe by the same person. But here's
I know
the
it's not an
thing.
excuse for my actions.
Right
I was
now,
about to say, you are still always in control of your own actions.
That's
Right
not
now?
100% true.
you are showing that you have better control
Magic.
than we do. Or than I do, at least. And that you are not willing to take those harder steps that may be not the way you want to go. It's a good thing. It really is.
Destiny.
Whether it was right or wrong, you were letting something happen. You weren't making something happen, you were letting it happen. If you're going to be a leader, you can't let things happen. And Conk will start tromping down the hallway.
Speak up.
Do you have the ring?
You now are the final word on what happens in this city. Do you want to let the things like we were doing happen, or do you want to try and stop them? If you do,
Are
You
trying
can't
to spin
be
this as though
silent.
you were trying to teach me a lesson by torturing a man in front of me?
no, I wasn't.
But you did learn something, didn't you?
Pernua steps ahead, and she's like, he learned that the greatest evil is the indifference of good men and good people.
We weren't trying to teach you, but there is a point that you need to be aware of, that people can also be pushed to that point. And you need to be aware of it.
I want to surround myself with people that will be able to check me when if that should ever occur. And what I'm understanding with you is that aside from her, you don't have one of those.
We don't.
And even she did it too late.
I did. And I was scared, and I was frozen, and I'm ashamed.
Now, I'm not trying to call you out, but
you are.
I am. This whole experience, these past few days this past week has been a lot. I feel like I've changed quite a bit. I've grown quite a bit. Some things have been challenged. Some things have been, but I cannot abide by. You already know everything I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say anymore. I want to be done with this, so I'm going to go upstairs. If you can open the door, please. Logren's Logren has been doing his best to be the absolute bystander in all of this. You can kind of sense the feeling that he feels almost subhumanoid at the moment, unworthy of even taking action. There's a lot of very heavy, deep, complicated, layered emotion going on right now. Losses of identity on both sides, across the spectrum. Realizations of manipulations, realizations of whether practice what you preach or what is moral. There's a lot of immoral ambiguity spewing around, and the whole the last bit of what it is that you're kind of getting from the room, and especially from Chiron, Logren, and Ermgrim, is emotional exhaustion, emotional and mental exhaustion, to the point of there's nothing left except for stoicism and desensitivity. And that is hitting Chiron a lot harder than the other two is, because Chiron thrives on his emotional and sensitivity. So the fact that he's been brought to that brink is difficult for him. He's very overstimulated.
My lord, before you go, the last thing I will say
Stop that. I don't want you to do that.
is you are a better man than I thought you were. Thank you.
I'm a boy. But thank you.
No more than any of us are.
You're older than me by quite a bit, actually. So you know. But let's get these people to the temple. I know. I know. It was a bad joke.
It's just I don't want to rub my longevity in your face.
It's all right. My papa was a dwarf. I get that. It's
I
fine.
play it up. You were the same age.
This guy.
Cock picks up
That's
Megara,
such an old generation way of seeing.
and he's just waiting
No,
by the
but
bars.
guys are right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're
This
actually
guy.
like, yeah.
I know, but it's
Zemdak's on his shoulders, just like cleaning the gun.
I'm just saying we all have a lot to learn in life.
yeah. I'm not going to pretend I didn't see what happened. I'm not going to do that. But I'm also
Not
I
gonna
don't want to
pretend
talk
like I
about it
didn't do
again.
That's fine.
Can we get Megara and
He starts
Mortanic?
walking up, and you guys start to gather up the unconscious people and start walking up. Zemdak has a head start with Conk. He says, "Oh," and he turns around like midway up the stairs. One thing. We never got to the point where I needed to know information about people that were going to kill people. As soon as they walked out of this estate, which is now, I guess, de facto not mine, but my place of residence.
Right.
So I think again, I still think I fall into the part of the Venn diagram
That's
where I
why we
need to
were
know.
Gonna go in the skyline.
Which is why we need to talk with you
Okay.
privately.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't have to be all of us. It can just
No,
be
no,
few.
it's okay. I just
How about you choose who you want up there?
Yeah.
And there's plenty more tea too. So.
I want the wolf.
Moonchild?
Okay.
I need cuddles.
Okay.
Oh, I look good
choice. Good choice.
I mean, yeah, I need someone who can speak. I mean, I can't. Who knows the most about the thing that I need to know about?
We all know a lot, but I'm worried about your brain. I'm worried about your brain.
Tell him.
Yeah, I'll come up there and tell. We'll be back out in
Okay,
just a couple minutes.
How far do you want to go on this exposition?
This any like
The conclave.
yeah, I'm
You might want to draw the association between the guy who hired him and the guy who hired
yeah,
us.
yeah. I'll
They killed Logren's family and caused this whole thing.
yeah. I mean, I might even
I'm
though
not telling about Carradine.
Argus just made a big mistake, I still trust his wisdom and might still bring him up just because it keep me in check too.
Bring
And
you
with
up,
Me.
Argus,
Argus,
and then divulge basically.
about his deity.
No.
No, just in general. Like I know that he's wiser.
Oh,
than,
I mean,
yeah.
physically bring him.
Yes.
Up. Okay.
Yeah.
Not in conversation.
No. Physically bring
Sorry.
him up. Just to make sure that one, there's two of us that remember this conversation, so that we,
Feed
and
it to him accurately.
yes, exactly. And then, just would.
I would talk to him about Carradine and all of what happened there to
Yep.
make sure that, there's a lot of
There's context,
stuff going on.
The 3 families that he has held hostage to.
and
And mine was one.
Yeah.
and we're sure that this is not the only families, and also that that Emerus is playing a part. Do you
He's
think we
playing
actually
both
should
sides.
name who we're talking about?
I think we can give them their title, but not any names.
All right.
I don't want to divulge any of the actual names that we know.
I agree, because otherwise it's really for your safety, because as has been described, plausible deniability might actually save your life someday with these people. And I do not want to endanger your life.
Okay, so you tell him about the Dorkan and Rye,
Yeah, but not naming them. Right?
the
Unless-
Emrys, and everything he has to do
The
with you and your
conclave.
family. The conclave.
What happened in Carradine.
And how
The fact that Emrys manipulated you into doing his bidding or whatever.
and how this is really a plot to maybe overthrow the conclave, which has been pulling at the strings for ages at this point.
And what happened
What-
to Logren.
what is
what
it?
happened
Plot?
to Logren?
What happened to Logren?
And his
what
family, our
Claxon
suspicion.
was trying to do.
Our suspicion that they were the ones who took out his family.
And then that steer crag.
Whose family?
Logren.
Logren.
His wife and kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
And that steer crag was actually a linchpin for a much bigger plan for the whole continent to go down, and this is why it was so important for the right person.
Wow, that's some really clandestine, deep shit.
The rug is pushed over as well. I'm just going to make that statement known so that we read it
I'm
very
also
closely.
What is
I'm
this
also
kind
going
of
to tell him
assumption?
what happened to Irmgrim's sister. And
Okay.
I know this was more than 2 minutes. Are you... The reason why we don't want... And now you understand the reason why we wanted to talk about it in here, with the rug pulled over, and it's like its own little space, is because these people... Yes. I always keep a pair in this drawer over here in this table.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cole's pissed. He's sitting in a corner and just
anytime that he's done with one,
one.
I'm going to light it.
This guy's really getting on my nerves.
I don't like waste.
Okay.
It's a pocket dimension. It'll go away anyway. What?
I burn things.
That's fair. Okay.
Like I said, Cole's pissed. He's like firing
It's a part of
fireballs
my
into
helping
the
with
wall
my
right
emotional trauma right now.
Just
I
burning.
burn
I don't
things.
think I can help you.
We're not asking for your help.
I'm just...
We're asking for
I
you to
know you didn't
understand.
ask for it. That wasn't the fucking point.
You should describe to him what Emrys looks like, just to see if
He
that's the same
knows.
one who hired him.
Yeah, I mean,
We told him there's more than one Emrys.
yeah. we
That's
will
true.
touch him, yeah. It's not that so much that you can help. It's making sure that you are aware, so that
For
you
your safety.
for your safety and for the safety of these people and the world, honestly, because this
So
is
I am a problem for them.
long and short of it. Yes,
Maybe. Not necessarily.
if you get swayed,
That's encouraging.
if you get swayed into the way that they want, eventually, then you're not the problem.
Well, I mean,
Their plans are skewed. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily a problem.
okay, all right.
It just means you
Do
might
you-
get
do you want-
manipulated. You might get you are probably gonna.
I don't know what to say. I'm pretty spent.
I'm not asking you to say anything.
No,
just
no,
wanna make-
I know. It's just, usually when someone drops on you that there's a deep state, clandestine plans to overthrow large portions of government and then place figureheads in it where they want to do their own thing and impose their own laws and in order to do God's know what, and that not only that, but there are splinter groups from that group that are trying to do counterintelligence and the other things to stop it. It just kind of makes you feel a little insignificant, as if no matter what you do, you're going to play into somebody's hands.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why you got to figure out what hand you want to play into.
Right. And if you can tilt that
We
hand
are
one
currently
That
being played
don't
into a hand as
Sound like great options.
well. It's not.
They're the options you have.
All right.
We've also
This
had
is why we're getting played in someone's hand right now.
I have a better idea, I think,
Okay.
and this might just be the exhaustion talking, but I think. Let's recap. What's the greatest power this group has?
Money?
influence, power.
Keep
Power.
going.
They can tell the story. Honestly, if they own the college, they
Keep
tell
going.
The releasing of these powerful beings. Their tie into
Nobody knows about them.
the story. That too.
The shroud
Like,
of
I think they don't
anonymity.
exist.
yeah.
If we take that away,
Do you really want to know the names we know?
oh, I mean, we could whistle blow. What are they going to do?
Kill you?
Kill the entire Razor Fang?
They might.
Yes.
Yeah. If they can wipe out an entire city with just
How-
some zombies. Yeah.
Well, why? Why would they do that? That goes against, if that is true, that goes against everything that they're trying to accomplish. If they could do that in the very beginning, why not just do that? Why go through the trouble of placing figureheads into places of political power in order to, they have a goal, most likely, something that they're trying to pursue.
Because
If they could kill everybody and just take over, why wouldn't they?
Because then people would rise up against them. It's like a
And they
lobster
just
in a
kill
pot.
Would you take over?
Yeah.
If you kill everyone, you have nothing to rule. You have nothing to take power over.
Great.
People provide power.
So let's fight fire with fire.
Who's going to believe you?
I believed you.
Yeah.
And I'm now the Lord here. So I mean,
It'd be your word against theirs, though.
it'd be the word of a Lord with an entire city at their back against theirs.
I cannot stress enough how dangerous just one of these tall females are.
You mean
Right.
one that can then send illithids to just wipe out the city? And then,
Okay.
Oh, look. They got attacked by...
Wait, what? You think they sent the Illithids?
Oh, they did. Yeah. I think that they. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that they're in allies with that are not okay.
You think? I'm sorry. You think that those cephalomorph creatures are cooperating with this
I think it could be.
conclave?
They're researching a lot of old beings that are coming back into play. We've seen a large Matrixi worm.
I mean, well, yeah, everyone knows about the Matrixi. Been around for a
But be
long
able
time.
to summon it?
and to see it.
So what does that look like if that came through the middle of Steer Craig?
Not great.
Because that's, leverage to try to shut you up.
They could have
Or
used
anyone.
So
That doesn't look like it's coming
so you
from
think that the
They have a lot of power.
you think that the this conclave can control massive like earthworms, massive like worms, and are working with the brain squids and are manipulating politics in order to put people in power.
The problem is we've seen all their different their messed up brain squid manipulations all throughout the areas that we are dealing with these people.
And, money can fund a lot of scientific discoveries, including those hybrids. Also, if they could be trying to get an alliance between, all these squid folk, and they might not care about, what happens under the Razor Fang. Right? They could be, well, you guys can have this domain.
Could be completely separate from each other as well.
Yeah.
But I don't rule anything out.
If they're working together, we don't have a hope.
We do. It's people. Well, you just said that to yourself. If we have whistleblowing or anything, the fact that you even brought that up, that means that there's hope. Yeah. So.
Why do you think it's been so quiet?
In Steer Craig?
Yeah. From.
Well, I haven't been here that long. But, I don't know. Doing a good job.
It's been very quiet. And now we've seen these.
I don't like this idea. I don't like it at all.
Correct.
Okay.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to just pretend this doesn't exist. I'm going to do something about it.
Okay.
We've also had a lot longer to process all this than you have, and seen things
We
personally.
can't do anything about it because he has family members. They have leverage. They have things that would hurt us as individuals.
That I can do. Are any of your family members citizens of the Razor Fang Agreement?
Yeah.
Some of ours.
I can draft them.
You mean like conscript them to your own personal?
As a guise, yes, I can legally conscript them, well, I wouldn't say conscript now because we abolished the draft conscription a long time ago. But what I can do is send them summons, like legal summons.
I think you do it under the guise of you've been working with us and want to give them a reward for, raising such great kids, right? Because then otherwise, why would you suddenly
Do your families have businesses?
Yeah. One of them that is a part of the Razor Fang is a miner. They have a garnet mine.
Great. I'll buy it.
There's another one that has
The state will buy it. They have to answer the
merchant
summons then.
stalls up north.
Mm-hmm. Could be the very.
What type of merchant? What type of mercantile?
I don't know. Do you know?
Talked about this during campfire time.
Probably. Call us when we talked about it, but they're basically like they cover everything there.
Anything that you want, you name it, you buy it.
General traders?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
They are
Mine
currently
general
purchased by Emrys.
I think that's it, right? Out of our group.
Mine he ran away. I put them into hiding.
If I'm understanding all of the ways you're explaining this, everything that they have planned holds power because it is under the guise of everything is okay, hunky-dory, legal, everything's great, right?
Mhm.
So if I introduce a very legal way of saying, oh, well, things have changed, they can't legally change that without raising any suspicion.
Yeah.
The small part is it will draw heat on
I can
us.
have the state, I can petition to have the state buy the mine, and therefore offer new land as recompense. We can get them out of there.
We do have one other person whose family member is in one elven menagerie that they own as a slave.
Elven menagerie.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I assume this isn't within the bounds of the Razor Fang.
It's
No.
not.
That's as far as
I
the,
know.
any of the power. You said there was one to the north?
Yes.
Technically part of the protectorate, also not within my bounds. But I could send a job offer that way, that we're looking for more general traders as blacksmiths to make sure the troops are better prepared. We offer a sign-on bonus, travel expenses, relocation fees, that type of thing, in order to move here so that they can supply our increase in military operations. I can make this happen. I went to school for the paperwork.
That's good.
That's a lot of the paperwork.
I can make it happen. I can make it happen. We could get them. Do you want them all in one spot?
I
The
don't
ones
think
that I have, I can help.
I don't think they should all be in one spot. And the rationale is if they're all in one spot and the conclave finds out about it, of course they'll, target. It's easier to target one spot, yes. So that's just my recommendation. I've been reading a lot of war books lately.
It's a two-sided coin, too.
Yeah.
Because having them all in one spot adds more power in that area for people who are against that section that can think freely and work together to help come up with ideas in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I guess we're back to blow the whistle and fuck them? No, because then that puts your families in danger.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. What I'm confused about is that so there's a member of the conclave that's also not a member of the conclave that's with your families now.
Yes.
And he's
He's using our family's.
So what would happen if members of the conclave came for some sort of retribution while that pseudo member was there?
he'd have
How would it play out? Do you think?
I think he'd have to play his part of pretending to still be part of that
Oh,
conclave
to
in order to
maintain
save
his
his own skin.
cover.
Because
He
I've-
also has multiple copies of himself.
yeah.
So if he loses one, he's not gone.
What if we blow his cover? Then he has no choice but to.
But he's also working against them in some way.
Exactly. What if we blow his cover?
Then we lose an inside person.
Yeah. It's a delicate situation.
But you gain an ally that's forced to protect your families.
Or give them up as leverage.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Hence
We
the
have leverage over that person. And that's why everything has been in a fun
Oh.
state.
You have leverage over that person?
Yes.
I don't need to know. Look, I don't know how to help. I've done as much thinking as I can. I'm gonna go stump for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Do you want to just hang out here for a second and have some time just to cuddle with Moonchild and like the pets?
Oh, we've
and-
been cuddling.
Okay. By the way, if you need the stronger stuff besides tea, that drawer over there has some alcohol in it. If you need a little bit, I know it's a big conversation, so
He's a milk drinker.
For real?
Yeah.
You can just make that shit?
I mean, it's my own special space.
Get me one.
I like how you've never told Lahg and Cole that.
Which is probably for the best.
It really is, especially in this situation. But I'm like, you had booze the whole time.
They would never
Can
Can I take it with me?
I mean, it's gonna poof in like 20 minutes, dude. So you can.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bottoms up, man.
Why are you pouring it in a cup?
He's drinking White Russians.
Just be careful. I know you're.
Let it
you,
breathe.
you get, I get tipsy on milk, so just be careful with that.
Milk?
You had milk before at the bar.
Have a drink.
Yeah.
Cole's pissed. It's the equivalent of punching a wall. He's firebolting the wall.
Okay.
I would have been.
It's a Mauritian plum wine. Don't worry about it. It's not too strong, but still.
Oh, wait. Does that mean that the tall one and plate, was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we were like,
This is why we knew that was all connected to Vogel.
Yeah.
Wait, then you're already busted.
How are we busted? Yeah.
We're not busted. All we did at that point.
I mean,
was-
they know who you are.
they knew
But
who we
they
were
also
before.
think we're semi working with them too.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Man, this is complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you needed to know.
Again, if you want to talk about this some more later, we can do the same thing. We can make this nice lounge again. We can do that, but
No. How
know.
about if you come up with an idea, the way that I can help, I will sign whatever paper I need to sign.
While they're up there, is that technically a short rest for everybody who's not up there?
How?
I was going to ask if it was long enough to cast Find Familiar so I can get Twig back.
I mean, at that
That's
point,
really
I would just like to get some health back myself, but
I would say. Yeah. I also
close.
want to say there has to be at least one person that's constantly checking up on the people that are, like, out and down. Just because, I mean, they need to make sure that they're being maintained. Or
Cole would probably be doing that while he's pissed off at the occasionally letting off a firebolt into a wall.
sure. Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
You animal.
you have to be careful with that plum wine. It's very.
You have to have fun, or you're gonna laugh or you're gonna cry. Those are the two options.
It's
Yeah.
just really funny coming from you.
Yeah, that was the point.
And by funny, I mean tragically ironic
Yeah, that was the
and
point.
not funny at all. Okay, I'm gonna go down.
Okay.
Can one of you carry me outside?
Yeah, hop
Hey.
on.
Cool. Onward. Up the stairs. Go.
This guy.
I'll jump down.
We'll get
This
it.
sucks.
We'll get out. I'll dispel it.
I get why people are jaded now. This
Yeah.
is stupid.
Now you get why we're
When
drinking.
people get manipulated, they do things they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
All right. He knows the skinny guys. It's all
Oh, so he gets
The
why
fat
we're the
ones
fucked
too.
up mess we are?
kinda. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
He gets parts of it.
parts, bits and pieces.
We'd have to be up there a lot more time to unpack you.
I think he's all right, though. I think we all need therapy sessions. Honestly, we probably could use it.
My therapist is already in my head. So I'm
Well,
set.
How am I supposed to write a great book if I'm in therapy?
You can, but
Tragedy plus time equals great story.
That doesn't mean you can't piece that apart and make it into 2 stories.
ooh, part 1.
I'm not writing my story.
My downward spiral. Part 2. I said it, guys.
All right, let's get out of here. Do you know how to open this door, or do we have to like phase through it?
You did the
Logrin opened it.
Okay.
Yeah.
did the
Zemdak's already waiting in at the elevator, just like cleaning the gun. Conk's holding.
Okay. Hey,
How's
you
Pernua
stay
doing?
behind me. Let's go. Come on.
Who's got the other one?
Okay. I I never came here. Okay.
You know what? You're alive. And let's make some change, yeah?
Yeah.
It's all right.
If you didn't come here, imagine what could have happened.
The one with the goggles would be in my position.
No.
No.
He's our own.
Right.
He's also had brain worms. You know what?
Right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about that condition, but yeah, it's
Okay.
bad.
You guys eventually find your way back up to the manor proper, the Fang proper.
Yeah, it's gonna take us a while because he's on my back. So
Whatever.
Oh, who's
Not- no,
carrying
I'm
the
half, and I'm
who's
already
carrying
the
the other
slowest
dude?
person.
Because there's no way I'm gonna lift him.
I'll help carry, but I'm not too strong.
Just grab it.
All right, stop. I can walk. Stop the fuss.
No, the
Jeez.
Meritrim.
Yeah, not
Mortanic.
The- the-
Mortanic. Mortanic needs somebody to help
Right.
carry him up.
So I'm just dragging him.
Because I have established that I can't lift any of you.
I'll pick up like his legs. You know?
Eliazhar will grab someone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll help you
We'll make it
guys
work.
with my
And
mage.
we don't need to figure out the logistics of
In
it.
any case, you guys make it back to the Fang proper, like the first floor of Fang. And then Chiron's like, "Okay, here we go." And he just starts marching towards the one staircase that goes up to the balcony that goes out.
Are you good to speak to everybody?
I'm never gonna be, and feels better for me, so let's do it.
If you start saying stupid things, I'm going to sober you up.
Oh, what? Okay, sure.
I would assume you just put smart things in
Not
his
sure
head.
I like the fact that you're now the judge of whether. Doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm the judge of when he's too stupid. So
And he pushes one of the doors open onto the balcony, kind of like a Juliet balcony, but stone, from the Fang. And there's a bunch of people that's like, and like the kind of a hush falls over. There's quite a few people. There's hundreds out here, waiting for kind of like the whole thing, like trying to see what smoke comes out of the Vatican, kind of deal. And he walks out and he's like, and they're like, "What is that?" And they start whispering among themselves. And someone says, "Is that you, Carrick Stoneworm?" "Yes, it is, random citizen." "Yes, it is. I am here to show you that the common folk can be a commonwealth." And
All thaumaturgy cheering.
yeah, and people fucking explode. The whole thing was like, yeah. So yeah, real quick update. Not everything went super great. It's okay though. Everybody's fine. Nobody died. Everything's cool.
I
There's a
appear in his
change
head
in
and go,
management.
Nobody, don't talk about that.
Okay.
I reach over and sober him
You're
up.
good. You're good.
Oh, you're no fun. Okay. Right. Oh, this just got a lot scarier. Okay.
Yeah, but it's got
so-
a lot less stupider.
So new leadership. Hi, Chiron. You may have heard of me. Apparently, I'm the one that did the things of the trials and survived, so I'm in charge now. Apparently, Logrin Stoneworm, my predecessor, has stepped down, and in light of some not great facts that have been
listen to me.
well brought to light, I would like to keep Logrin on as
I'm going to put in his head an
a ward,
advisor.
as you were. What?
I said I'm going to put in his head an advisor in the transfer of power into his mind.
He's a ward. An advisor?
In the transfer of
Transfer
Of
of
power.
power. Advisor transfer of power. And so I'll be using my executive powers to do the thing I just said. Also, you all are great. And we are going to fix these problems that we have. And
and make Steer Crag great again.
I'm not saying that. Rock and Stone!
Rock and Stone!
Yeah, cool. Good night. I'm very tired. My brain needs to rest, but I'm going to get to work immediately tomorrow. Deuces. And then everybody goes. There's this crowd, and there's quite a few confused people, and then just kind of like this whole mass hysteria of like a bunch of people started cheering. Some people were like, "Oh, I guess we're cheering," and that's what goes down. He's like, "Okay, I did the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to bed. You're welcome to stay if you like. I'm sure there's plenty of rooms here." Lagrin,
Is there the possibility to take these people to the temple and have the payment for their treatment possibly come out of the treasury?
they're rich. I'm sure they have the
that's
money
fair.
in their
That's
fucking
fair.
pockets. The state is not going to fund the fact that they couldn't cut the fucking cheddar.
I'm gonna look at him and go, Megara was an ally of yours, and you want to keep her as an ally? Maybe don't make her house pay for something that's not her
No,
fault.
that's great, but like she also literally owns the war college, so she actually has more money than the state.
Right, and rich.
So
and
why
do you
would
know
I do
rich
that?
people that like to
Using-
spend money?
Why would I give poor people's meals to Megara when she can absolutely pay
Using
for
the
her own
speech
care?
as a distraction, I'm already halfway down the road.
I will look at him and go, have you ever met any rich person who actually likes to spend their money?
Her?
All right.
Actually, she offered to buy me like a gold breastplate the first time we talked. She thought it would be good for my image.
Right. And as a... All right. Whatever.
No. I get it. Totally fine, but like... I'll
You have
reimburse
no
her if she has an
problem.
issue
Yeah,
about it. I
You're
don't know.
fine.
All right. We'll
I'm sure the temple will.
Also, like,
take
Couple
whatever.
hundred.
I don't
gold
have a
is not-
treasurer yet, so fuck me if I know how to get a hold of that shit.
No, you have an advisor in the transfer of power who knows who your treasurer
Oh,
is.
right. Hey, Lagrin, where do you keep the money?
You've been acting real quiet, Logren. Speak up now.
Under the mattress. What? I was joking.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Cole leads in and goes, which mattress?
All of them.
We're staying here.
That's very dwarvish. There's gold under every mattress.
You have to spread it out.
Yeah.
In case something happens, there's another bedroom, and you just pillage.
It's not like it's
Well,
gonna
unless
burn.
unless you want the banking family to have control of your gold.
So, you guys want to stay here, or you want to go
We
somewhere?
need to get them to their temple.
Yeah. I
No,
wanna
like
help.
Zemdak and Kong are literally like a couple blocks away already.
Okay, you guys
carrying
just
anyone, or
started
you just-
walking.
I've got Megara.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm
She's the important one.
Yeah.
So
running
Yeah.
after you.
You guys headed
Take
I
one.
to
probably won't make
the
it till you get to
Yeah, I don't think we know what temples are here.
the craft makers
Yeah.
yeah.
temple. Okay, cool. So yeah, you head over to old Rock and Stone Temple, and cool. I mean, like people are like kind of dispersing, but they're kind of tailgating at the same time. They're having a good time. They're all celebrating that they have someone new because they kind of fought for it, and like a bunch of these people are still wearing like the t-shirts and the shit that you guys made.
Stoneworm stands. Rock and stone.
Yeah, Stoneworm doesn't sit down. Yeah. Protest. Common folk. Buzzword. So
Anger.
anger, discontent. So you. I tried.
As
Keep a
we're
straight
walking
face.
through the streets, can I keep an eye out for any tall women in armor?
No, keep
Full
it-
plate.
Sorry,
I mean,
you took a very big pause there.
I
Yes, you may.
I was always
Anybody
looking out for tall
suspicious of
women.
like full plate?
I mean, if that's what you're into, why not keep
I
an eye out
mean,
for
yeah.
tall women?
Eliazar's pretty
She-
suspicious.
Right.
I feel like that's
been
gonna
glowing
stand
now.
out.
Oh, also, Elia, are you staying at the Fang?
No, I'm following. No, I'm
Okay,
following
so
everyone.
you're going out in the street with this big old snow leopard, buffalo, oxen thing. You got it.
Moonchild would have Missy piled herself.
Okay, you got it.
I wouldn't have stayed behind.
yeah, you're
If
just
we go
walking
back,
through.
I'm
People
totally
are like,
slitting open the bed for money.
fuck.
I mean, if we're
But
going
it's,
to go back
it's
there in the
more
evening,
of like a feeling of this like
Yeah.
otherworldly majesty than it is of like go inside and run. There's a creature we don't understand and therefore we're afraid of it. It's more of it's more of a majestic thing. Anything I was like because there's the people that just like I want to touch it. It looks so soft. But yeah, you just start walking out there on top of this thing as it moves throughout the crowd. It's a stunning sight to be sure. But you have kind of made a name for yourselves as ones that helped bring the current lord to power. So there's not really you've got, for all intents and purposes, you have the cops on your side for the moment. Like nobody's gonna arrest you for doing anything.
Even
don't
burning
tell
up
Lahg
women.
that.
Like
We
there's
don't
just-
tell Lahg that.
I mean, unless either someone doesn't recognize you or you like straight up commit murder in front of somebody. There's
Log
not
might
really-
if you tell him that.
So anyway, you guys find it way to the temple. Easily enough, I'm not going to RP this for you guys. Easily enough, they are cared for enough to which they will eventually gain consciousness over the next couple hours. Armand is a little put off and he doesn't think someone cheated. He thinks that he shouldn't have had milk before the trial. And Megara is just like, I don't need the details. Did he do
Got
it?
it done.
Great. I'll go to him tomorrow after I take a nice hot bath and
I'll pat Armand on the shoulder. It's all right. You'll get it next time.
I'll whisper in his ear. Cupbuster's the key, not milk.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I think a career change might be in order. I'm much better at writing. Oh, you know what?
Write a book about it.
Those that can't do teach. Maybe I'll teach at the War College.
It's a good idea.
I mean, you
you
had
could
some-
even be an advisor to help.
I mean,
Yeah, if I could be part of that'd be great.
if you
I already
do
was
well
before,
here,
I'd just
you
be
could
like a lateral move.
Help teach.
If
Help
you
teach
do,
him
if
some
you
of
start
the things.
teaching really well here, you could even move over to the college at Tulane and teach true things about the Razor Fang agreement, like things that people who are from there actually
Okay.
know.
Okay, I'm not really that much of a history buff. I'm more of a like a
Practical.
psh 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 kind of guy. But that's okay. I will do my best to teach the new lord, I don't know, how to blow out the wall in an unused room so you could turn it into a second bedroom.
I mean, you could tell him
With
about the magic.
spells.
You know, just thinking about.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, we'll do the fundamentals.
okay.
figure it
just
out.
in general, so he has a sense.
I hate all of this, so yeah. Why are you still here?
We're not.
Okay, goodbye.
Enjoy your time at the temple.
Why does my staff smell like hands?
That's random.
Really is. I think you're having a stroke, but the temple will help
Toast?
He's not wrong, but how does he know specifically what,
What hands
hands
smell like? That's my problem.
Oh,
That's why I like.
He deals with books
okay.
a lot, right?
That's much better.
Touched
'Cause
by a lot
I
of
heard
hands.
pants.
That's right. That's right.
That's what
I was all like,
heard
okay,
pants.
if he's smelling pants, that is
that's
clearly a stroke.
That was my fault. Like he's not wrong because there were definitely hands
Involved.
dismembered involved. But
I'm like, why?
I mean,
How
he
does
deals
he
with a
know-
lot of books, right? What do you touch books with?
how does he know what those?
Mage hand.
How many hands of those?
Like I said, I heard him say pants.
Okay,
so
I have to move on because I am sick of doing this.
That was actually TJ in the temple.
Yeah,
I was like,
Sorry.
fuck all of you. Okay, so
we've been having a lot of fun. I'm just
anyway,
saying.
I have no desire to RP the rest of this day.
Okay.
Not a single bit desire. Unless there's something you guys
been a
want to
day.
do.
I mean,
do you guys want to go drink after that? I mean, that was quite the thing, and you know.
I mean, if we're gonna go drink, let's go drink at the place with the fancy wine cellar.
Sure, that sounds good to me.
Plus, we can check the bed for gold. The beds for gold.
You can
Yeah,
check
you
the
have
beds
carte
for-
blanche if you want to go in there.
I just need a room, our room.
Yeah.
I need a quiet place. To...
Yeah.
The Razor Fang. I'm sorry. The Fang has a lot of empty rooms.
Yeah.
So and it is. I mean, it's meant to house an entire court, and there's.
No one there.
I mean, the Logren had like 3 people left in his court before he stepped down.
So maybe grab a couple bottles. We go back, enjoy.
There's also a massive library in the Fang that covers the entire study.
Of course.
Just it's very like Beauty and the Beast style, except it's like oval, the size of like the bottom of the Fang, and it goes up one more level. And so it's pretty much every floor, the first 3 floors, the perimeter, the exterior wall of every room, because the rooms, like the hallway goes in the center and then splits out into the rooms because it's a circular thing that goes up like a tooth, right? Like a big old tooth. But the exterior wall, the interior of the exterior wall that would go all the way around, that wall that touches those rooms, that's not partitioned off, that wall is always lined with like study books. Like, and there's a bunch of stuff. A lot of the stuff that you find is historics and like tax law and other stuff like that, and precedented law cases, military strategy, old, defunct military strategy, some stuff like that.
Probably a little military history.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that. There's some story lore, but nothing that's like beyond your already basic understanding that's in your repertoire of, some dwarven folklore and some other non-sequitur folklore. Yes, you look like you want to say something.
I'll still grab a to-go bottle, and I'm gonna go head to the library tonight.
Okay,
Just
go ahead.
think
Roll an
and-
investigation check for me.
And
If they have
Chill
a
out.
forge in the Fang, I'm just gonna go there and just
Yeah, there's one in the
pound
basement.
stuff out.
I'm
I'm not making anything specific.
There's one in the basement. I mean, every like manor, every person of like means, has some sort of smithy or some way to craft something in their house because it is one of their forms of prayer and worship.
Yeah.
So,
I was taught that stress forging is how you deal with things.
Yeah.
So I'm now down
valid.
there.
Makes a lot of sense.
I go into my books and 19.
19. Yeah, you find quite a few books on arcane stuff. One of the ones, none of them actually cover a level of incantation that is something that you don't already understand. A lot of these are very, very basic fundamentals. Like it's kind of like Arcane Scrollworks 101.
Sure.
And there are some things that go like, okay, the Arcane Scrollworks 101.5 Advanced Edition.
I'm fine with that tonight because I need time to just
Yeah.
it's part of my brain reading and trying to find things, but it's also part of my brain processing what
You
happened
do
today.
find something that isn't that. It looks like like the scribblings of who knows how long this lord has been since this lord has been in power, of like some lord that was kind of toying with the idea of manipulating. I mean, that's what mages do. They manipulate the arcane to their needs. But it looks like this one was trying to do something that wasn't necessarily taught in the fundamentals because it was deemed dangerous, not just to others around them, but also to the caster. And it looks like it was something to. There are 2 things. One was to try to imitate the abilities of the. Oh, what did we call them? The.
Do you need the cheat sheet?
Right. We can't call them. Can't call them that. No, it's actually not on there.
Okay.
To imitate the I'm just gonna imitate the ability of another subspecies of dwarf, of which you have heard about, that still exists to this day, but sometimes have some people aren't so nice to them, just because they're different. That have the ability to physically meld and change and morph stone just by touching it. Not fire, just their skin is dark and gray, and they can interact with stone as though it were clay. Hard work stone is the what we're created just by touching it, just automatically. They're
Almost
formed
as if they're truly part of the earth, like most dwarves claim.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But the idea more behind it is that, as far as it's understood in some of the writings here, is some sort of alteration spell that is meant to transmogrify your actual epidermis and substance to be that of something that translates and communicates with the stone, to have tangible arguments with it or tangible conversations with it, like little dances that the stone then bends to your will, not by force but by suggestion. This old lord was I don't want to say they were close to cracking it. What I will say, which I think is one of the most important things that you get from this, because you don't actually get too much arcane knowledge from this. This doesn't look like a lot of this is useful. It could be a dead end, which is why it's kind of abrupt suddenly. What it does look is that it does mention that they had help. They weren't working alone. It does mention some sort of scientist that was working on that in order to help their work was gathering samples of organic tissue of these individuals. And as you continue to read on, it becomes clear as you read between the lines that the current lord at the time appeared to be consciously, intentionally turning the other cheek as to the methods as to which these samples were acquired. There is a mention in there of finally admitting near the end where things stop abruptly that the study of the Animagi is a little bit beyond their purview and perhaps their skill set. They believe they've plateaued as much as they can, and that current events have caused their attention to be swayed somewhere else at the moment, and this might have to be put on hold indefinitely.
Okay.
I'd probably also check out the library.
You got it. Anything specific you're looking for?
So now I've heard of the Salty Mistress, the False Wave, and the Broker.
And that name.
And the name that I know is Little Dangerous. So I'm basically looking for anything that would reference any of those.
So you're looking for, I understand, you're looking for dark, dangerous black magic shit. You got it.
As Lahg does.
As you do.
As
Go
I
ahead.
do.
Roll, see what happens.
I mean,
This
the
is investigation?
secret libraries of the town government. Where else are you going to find
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right on the wall.
It was investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything on that.
Is Twig
Oh,
helping
yeah,
you?
Well, I mean, it's a 17, so.
17. It's not bad. You do find. It looks like there was a son of a lady of Steercrag, again, who knows how long ago, that was really into yeah, man, I'm gonna summon a demon and shit, and it's gonna be I'm gonna be super cool at the War College because I summoned a demon.
Oh.
And it's a journal about their
I'm edgy.
emo, pseudo black magic type of adventures. It does look like at one point they succeeded without realizing that they succeeded, or they succeeded by accident, and it didn't go well to the point where they lost one of their big toes. And like that, those couple pages have some blood on them. And then like the candor of the actual journal changes very, very quickly to not very quickly, but over the course of just a couple days goes to be like, yeah, I think my parents are right. They actually have quite a lot of wisdom. It took me, losing something to realize what it is I have to gain. Like, I guess they were right. It really was just a phase. And that's about it. I think what drew you to it, I will say, is that one, the most interesting thing in this book, because the story is, although drama and fun to read, is the most interesting for you specifically was that one of the characters involved in this incantation is of the Eldritch language. Whether that's by accident, on purpose, or pulled from somewhere and just kind of by chance. You don't know. The interesting, the only reason why you recognize that specifically, other than the fact that you can just read Eldritch language, is that this one looks really, really familiar, which is why it popped up to you when you were flipping through the pages. And this is one of the characters that was on. Well, actually, did you ever see any of the other idols?
Just the one we had.
Just the one
That's
you have?
the only one.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just one of the characters that is on the bottom of this idol as well. That's about it.
I'll drunkenly leave a note. Poopty was here in some of the books.
Your book does want to sniff the book, though.
I mean,
You're
they're
going
not
to
going
create a god.
to miss this book, right? It's just a journal. I'll let my book have it. Good boy. Good boy.
The tome of Poopty.
Cool. You get the book.
Booksellers.
On the cover of your book appears an old Eldritch rune. Like, it was just a blank, weird cover with, like, all the different fleshy bits and everything, and now it's just like
Do I recognize the rune?
it's the same rune.
All right.
I grab a bunch of empty wine bottles from the refuge room, like the trash room, and I'm going to go back down the elevator
Okay.
and set up like a shooting gallery.
Okay.
And
The arbiter is like, really?
drink my rot gut and shoot at bottles.
You want to turn this sacred place into a shooting gallery?
I mean, not into the rooms,
So
like
you
the
want to
hallway
shoot
that leads
at
them.
me?
Yes.
I'm a wall. What am I gonna do?
I can't move. So I'm forced to
Take some cotton and like plug my ears.
kill me.
Pull out a bottle of the rot gut from my thing and like,
Can you at least unanimate me? He like goes back to a door for a couple seconds. That's just oh. No.
You ever seen Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah. Stop it. Stop.
Sorry, I got nothing.
Okay.
Walk over and put a bottle of rock gun on his head.
You're dinging my mason work. You guys, some of you here with the high passive perception, sounds of distant, tiny explosions that echo throughout the very cavernous, echoous of the underground of the Fang. So, but yeah, cool. You do that.
Send next to him.
Can we be done with this day? What do you want, Cole? I mean Kevin. Kevin.
I'm stress forging.
Okay, you stress forging.
Apparently, we look a lot alike, though.
I'm
I mean,
gonna.
if you can't hear him stress forging, you can't hear me shooting.
I'd say it probably covers up what you're doing. Eliazhar, what are you doing?
I'm just practicing riding on my.
Yeah, you could go to the courtyard if you like.
Yep, and I'm practicing using or riding
to
with the
know.
weapon out, getting to know.
Cool. All right. So here's the deal. We're gonna move on from here. We're gonna enter downtime now. Here's what he's gonna do. You said you guys were gonna stick around for a couple days. There are quite a few things that need to get done in order to get Chiron kind of up and running.
Yeah.
Megara is gonna help him out with as much of the logistics of that as possible, but we still need manpower. And until you have manpower, you need manpower to make manpower. Because right now the court is pretty much empty, except for Megara.
Organic?
Armand.
Armand isn't really like there's not really a whole lot he can do until Chiron can like settle down and learn from him. So
So we got his Logren and Megara and us.
yeah, and Lahgren like the next day is being sent out on
What about
to Thilmarbed.
yeah as an emissary.
what about the smooth hands people?
Yeah, because there was also the, not eclipse. What was it?
The moon.
Actually,
Yeah, the solar.
So yeah,
I
so,
still think Grey Gloves would make a great.
So here we're
advisor
gonna do
for
cliff
him.
notes here because I want to get through this stuff. We're gonna do cliff notes here, and then we're gonna take our break, and then we're gonna talk about downtime. Okay. So, is dinner ready?
I mean, heat up the thing.
Okay. So, oh my brain. So, Megara actually does do her best to field possible candidates for the council. That's kind of what she does. She knows a lot of people and everything. Two of the representatives from the I gotta come up with a different name.
I'm still recommending Grey Gloves for the council myself, but
Oh yeah, the Grey Gloves. The Grey Gloves Silver Moons.
I was gonna say like the moon dancer.
The moon dance, yeah, moon dancers and well, that's actually in there. But
Oh.
yeah. Oh wait, no, because one. No, that's what I came up with.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, the
Moonbeams or the moon dancers.
the moonbeams.
I mean,
that's what I
I'm
came up with.
literally recommending Grey Gloves Silver Vein
The-
to be
Soft
one of-
fingers and moonbeams.
to be one of the advisors.
It's like the Green Party, the Soft Finger Moonbeam Party.
Leaving Chiron and Grey Gloves like two naive dudes in charge of things.
So here's
I
the
actually think Grey Gloves would be a good advisor to be that call out.
one of the
thing.
official candidates for part of the council is Grey Glove Silvervein. As your brother shows up. Things go pretty well according to plan. We're going to, before we do, we're going to just do like a real quick scene, and then we're going to come back to what it is that you guys would like to do while you're on your a couple days or like about a week of downtime for you guys as you kind of have a bit of a break here for the moment, because at the moment you're safe here. We have like the people that are in control of this town are more or less, maybe less, allied with you. So, yeah. So there's a bit of a safe haven. Great. Long story short, Grey Glove Silvervein does gain a seat on the council as a double agent. Still works for the
I mean, he's a gnome.
the Moonbeam.
The
soft
Moonbeam
hands.
people.
Yeah, the Moonbeams, the Moonbeam soft fingers. I gotta come up with something.
Yeah, soft fingers is not
Soft fingers is fun.
Moonbeam Soft Fingers is a nice placeholder for now.
Moonbeam soft fingers. And there is a point in time in which your brother does approach you.
I was gonna say
Go
like
for the
part of my
go.
couple days would be spending time with him.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So there is a point at which your brother does approach you, and he goes like, "Hey, so did you hear the news? I got promoted."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the church or?
Well, oh yeah, I guess both, right? I guess I'm a council member now, but I'm also
You're
I
a
got
council
promoted to a special investigator.
Really?
Yeah. You can call me Grey Glove Silvervein. Esquire P.I. He snaps his glove, pulls out a magnifying glass, always on the case. Yeah.
So we can call you Dick now.
Private dick to you.
I sincerely,
We were all
But,
doing really well there for a
I
second.
sincerely give him a hug.
Oh.
Like, emotionally, I know I've been a dick since I've come here.
I thought he was the Dick.
I want you to know that I love you. And I'm proud of what you've done. Take care of yourself.
My investigative senses are telling me that you're sincere. Case solved. Dick found. Reported. Jailed. Reported. Fuck. Jailed. Reformed. Bro. Verdict. Bro. Guilty of love for siblings. Case closed.
Since I left the mine, I've been treating this like a story, and it's not.
I'm like, I was just about to get into like now it's my part. Okay, all right. Yeah, I know you're right. It's just yeah, you're right.
Be safe. I'm gonna try and make sure Mom and Dad are safe. But
Oh, right about that.
that means you're here alone without anybody to watch your back. So
Oh no. Seriously about that. I actually intercepted this because I'm supposed to give it to Chiron. This ball. This like glass. This like I don't know what is this. This sort of glass ball. It came from I don't know special order from somewhere. It was supposed to be for his eyes only, but on the case. So kind of snatched it and everything.
Say.
No, it doesn't say anything, but it does. If you could see our living room from it, and that's where we're gonna take our break. And we'll be back a little bit.